I'm Tiger Height, and I'm here to make WWE Smackdown and Pro Wrestling Majestic again. The show overall was good. It was very straightforward, 5 segments, good segments, lots of potential, and even with the issue at hand at the main event, I think they pulled it off well. So we're going to be kicking off with John Cena, and before anybody says it, this was 100% a coincidence. I just put on this shirt. So, John Cena comes out, challenges the Bloodline in a tag team match with AJ Styles for Fastlane. Great. That's awesome. They had a fun little snafu in the ring. They didn't. The Bloodline came out. AJ Styles came out. Nobody attacked. The tension is there. They built this well, and there will be a contract signing later. We will get to that, but overall, I like this. It gets a full thumbs up. If John Cena is not going to be having a lot of work on Hollywood due to the writer's strike, at the very least, he can do this. This is called diversifying skill set, people. It's diversifying your portfolio. Look at that difference. Our first matchup here was LWO's Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar taking on the Street Profits. I really like this. They gave this match time. They told a good story. It was a fun, dynamic, interesting match. But the ending really caught me off guard, and I really want to talk about it. And I hope they don't spoil it too soon. And let me explain. So there was a bit of a distraction where Bobby Lashley had the opportunity to attack Rey Mysterio, and he did. But Angelo Dawkins hesitated on capitalizing on a downed Mysterio, which led to the finish with a victory roll. Great! Nobody looked weak, everybody looked good, it gets a full thumbs up. But what I liked about this is that they are teasing that the Street Profits, who were never heels before, to my knowledge, at the very least on the main roster, are having an issue doing the heel work that Bobby Lashley is telling them to do. We saw that hint earlier, literally last week, when it took the Profits a minute to attack, and then they did. This is exactly what needs to happen. And they even did a backstage segment where Lashley was pissed off. He's saying, I'm done. I'm going to find people who are willing to put in the work. You saw the Street Profits face. They see that the success is being aggressive, and Lashley helping them was not a bad thing. They got to continue it. Don't spoil it too soon. Have the Street Profits show Lashley that they're ready to be aggressive. Have them win a big aggressive way. Lashley's like, great. Do it over and over again a couple of times until Lashley gives them the ultimatum. That's how you make that majestic. Give it time. They're starting off really strong with it, but I want to see more. I want to see it develop out. The worst thing they can do is literally start a rivalry between Bobby Lashley and a new team and the Street Profits so soon. Have the Street Profits turn heel, but if not, give it us a couple of weeks. Wait until either Fastlane or right after Fastlane to do the separation and then do that, because then you can develop a story for SmackDown that I'm going to be compelled with. The other two on the other end are going to be having that United States Championship match next week. This was very interesting. I wonder how they're going to structure that match. A lot of intrigue in a lot of different ways, and that's why this whole segment gets a full thumbs up from me. Why this was not the main event, I have no idea, but it's Iyo Sky defending the WWE Women's Champion against Asuka. It was a pretty damn good match. Really good back and forth. Lots of good high flying. The people in and out of interest, but I think the two women here really captivated them at the very end. Charlotte came out before anything could happen to basically try to keep Damage Control at bay, but there was a distraction from Bayley, and it was over the moonsault for the win. Clean pin, middle of the ring. There were some shenanigans, but once again, it was still like a clean pin for Iyo Sky. Asuka's not hurt by this. Iyo needed this win, and I think people are really seeing more of what Iyo can do. They're building her slowly. With Money in the Bank, it can go one or two ways. The person cashes in and looks like a dork, or they're not. And they're being very careful about what they do with Iyo. And I think that's why they're waiting for Damian Priest. They're waiting for the perfect opportunity for him to cash in. And they're doing that very, very well. I think it would have been a mistake if Damian cashed in too soon. But if they let Iyo Sky continue to hold the bank, the briefcase, as long as Damian is at it, I think it would have been more of a detriment. So I liked all of it. Full thumbs up. I'm very happy with it. Up next is the Brawling Brutes taking on Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. And they've been really building this Grayson Waller thing. And to be honest with you, I don't hate it. I think they're calling it A-Town Down Under. It's not an official name, but I'm really liking this team. Theory and Waller as a tag team. I can dig it. Have them build momentum like this in good matches. Like this. It was a fun tag match. Lots of great action. And I really liked the ending where it was the rolling stunner, then A-Town down. It was a very smooth transition. Really worked for me. The Brawling Brutes didn't look weak. You have a new team here really gelling into something interesting. Maybe some tag team work will be good in the future for them. I liked it. It gets an Orange Cassidy thumbs up. I just don't... The only issue here that I see is that how many times can Theory and Waller face the random teams until you have to look at tag team champion interest. But they're a heel tag team against heel champions. It may or may not work. We'll see where it goes. And in our main event segment, it was going to be a contract signing with AJ Styles, John Cena, and the Bloodline members. Well, kind of. I'm not sure if Jimmy is with the Bloodline yet or not, but this is a way to get back his momentum, and I'm very happy about that. So earlier in the video, I did say that they had to think on the fly regarding this because, if I'm not mistaken, LA Knight was supposed to be out there to sign the contract with Cena after the AJ Styles attack because these two attacked Styles in the back and he was sent to the hospital. But LA Knight got COVID-19. So that means he's going to be out for this week and possibly next week depending on how quickly he can heal. I think it's going to be still John Cena, LA Knight, but they have to delay it somewhat. This was a good way to do that, where John Cena doesn't have to, it's John Cena. He doesn't have to beat everybody all the time at this point in his career, but these two have to showcase. And if John Cena is going to get beaten up this week and next week, this is a good way to do it. Build their credibility now as a threat. John Cena says, well, I can't face you alone, but I found somebody who's willing to tag with me. LA Knight comes out. He's a babyface. That's fire. That's how you do that. And I think they're going to do that. I'm excited about it, and the ending gets a full thumbs up. And that was SmackDown. Let me know what you thought about this video and SmackDown in the comments either down below or right next to me over here, depending on where you're watching this on. Subscribe to the channel or follow the channel. Become a patron. Get hats. All of those links will be in the bio or in the description of the channel that you're watching this on. And as always, be majestic.